Hi everyone, it's Gemma. Welcome back to Pampered Wolf. I cannot believe we are here again already. Welcome to May Faves and Fails. This has been a really good month. There are lots of products in this video, so get comfortable. Get yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a stiff drink if that's what you need to get through this video. That's absolutely fine. In fact, we could play a drinking game in this video every time I say the word phenomenal or beautiful or luxurious. Take a drink. Maybe that's what we need in all videos. Okay, so if you are new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I do not promote alcohol drinking at this time of day, unless you really want to. I upload 2 to 3 videos here on YouTube every single week, and I'm also on Instagram if you fancy checking me out over there. I would also really appreciate it if you haven't already, you come and join the Pampered Wolf Pack by clicking on that subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Let's get straight on with the news. Okay, so you may have noticed that my uploads have been rather sporadic. I'm trying out different days of the week, seeing what works. So for the foreseeable future, there will not be any scheduled videos. There may be a video on a Monday and there might be a video on a Wednesday, but it won't be like clockwork. So to avoid missing any videos, please make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that notification bell so you do get notified every single time I do an upload, or join me over on Instagram because every single time I put a new upload up, I tend to put an Instagram story up just notifying everybody that there is a new video to watch. Also, I want to let you know that it is sales season coming up soon, so if you want to grab yourself a bargain but you're unsure when the sales start, do make sure that you are following me on Instagram. I know I've plugged my Instagram quite a few times already, and it's, you know, we're not even that far into the video, but I do Instagram stories when different sales go live just to help you out a little bit, and I'll also put a swipe up link to the sale so you can look at what's available and whether you actually want to buy anything anyway. So I always think it's so much better, and using a product feels so much nicer when you feel like you got a bit of a bargain. So if you are into sales and getting things for a fraction of the cost, make sure you are following me on Instagram. There I go again, plugging it again. Okay, moving on to changes of opinions, and this month there has been one. So I recently did a video all about the MAC face and body. If you haven't seen that already, I will link it up here for you. However, in that video I did say that this wasn't my favourite of all time and that it had very little coverage and it was only slightly buildable. Having read all the comments that you all left in the comment section, and thank you so much by the way, I realised that the best way to apply this is with your fingertips. Now, not only that, because I had applied it with my fingers, you really do have to massage it between the fingers to wake up the product, to activate the product before you apply it to the skin. And in doing that, it thickens the formula. I've no idea how it does it, but it does, and it's so much better to apply. You get better coverage straight away, although you can get really sheer coverage with this still. It just goes on better and it's much more buildable. So definitely the application was below par in the full review of this. So I apologise for that. It's all a learning curve. Thank you very much for letting me know that I was doing it wrong. I always appreciate your feedback. Let's move on to the fails. Now, I was umming and ahhing whether to put this in the fails category or whether to just not mention it at all, that I tried it, because there's really nothing wrong with this product. I just don't like it. And I think had it not cost me as much money as it did, I would have just not bothered. But it's expensive and I don't feel like it holds up to the expensive price tag. So this product is from Anastasia Beverly Hills and it is one of her face palettes. This is in the shade Italian Summer, which is the fairest of the face palettes that she does. This has got a bronzer, a highlighter and a blush, and there's really nothing wrong with any of them. They're perfectly fine. The blush is a really nice shade actually. I really like the blush. I will use the blush. It's very smooth. It's got a slight sparkle in there, but nothing major so that when you go out in the sun, you look like you've just walked through a glitter cloud. It's not one of those. It's just really nice and girly and just, you know, a nice radiant sheen on the surface. The shade is really nice. It's great for anybody with a fair skin tone like me. What I don't really like is the bronzer. The one thing I do like about the bronzer is the fact that it's in a larger pan, so it's great for when you're putting your bronzing brush in there. If you will like to use a bronzing blush that's slightly larger like I do, that's great. So this has been well thought out, but it is slightly warmer than I would have liked. It's also slightly deeper than I would have liked as well, considering that this is the fairest palette that they do. So it's usable. It's definitely usable for me. I can use it, but it's not my favorite. The one thing that I really don't like about this palette, and again, it's personal preference, this will be down to personal preference, is the highlighter. It feels furry. I don't like it. It's like a velvety finish and it feels like velvet on the skin. I'll show you the swatches of all these, but yeah, the highlighter itself is actually quite a thick formula. So it's just not my preference. The other major bugbear for me is the packaging of this. It just looks a little cheap. It does have a magnetic clasp, so that I do like, but it doesn't fill me full of luxurious vibes, and I paid quite a lot of money for this, so I expected a little bit more. Moving swiftly on to the favourites, this first one is phenomenal. I love it. Take a drink. So this is really, really beautiful. It's pricey though. There's no denying that it is pricey, but if you like to spend a little more on your skincare, I highly recommend this. If your skin is slightly dehydrated, if you like an acid exfoliator, if you like the framboos from Drunk Elephant, but you'd prefer it to be in more of a toner solution, this is what you need. So this is the Shantika Purifying and Exfoliating Phytoactive Solution, and I love it. This has got a 10% AHA in here, but it's actually got a mixture of PHAs, AHAs, and a BHA in here as well. But it's super gentle, and I've never found one that's actually as gentle as this that has all of those ingredients in it. Usually with the framboos, if my skin is slightly sensitive one day, I have to mix it in with my moisturizer. I don't feel like I have to do that with this. It's really lovely. I actually got that sent to me in PR, so it's been gifted. And the next one actually came with it that I am in love with at the moment. But if you're after an acid exfoliant, like I said, if you spend a little bit more on your skincare, highly recommend this. One word of warning, all the Shantika products tend to have a fragrance in there. I don't find it overpowering, but if you are sensitive to fragrance, this is one to give a miss. So like I said, I received a PR package from Shantika, which is always welcomed. As you know, I love Shantika formulas. This one I am really excited about because I would never in a million years have tried this if they hadn't have sent it me in the PR package, and I'm so glad I did. I am sending this over to my mum because I think she will also love this. She will get a lot out of it. So this is the Shantika Anti-Pollution Mattifying Cream. It's really lovely. So this is a moisturizer. It's also got lots of antioxidants in there to fight off free radicals, to protect your skin, and it's also a mattifying cream as well. This is great to use as a moisturizer, but also to use as a primer. It creates the most beautiful base for the rest of your products. And if you live in a humid climate, or you've got quite oily skin, or a combination oily skin, this will be great for you. Absolutely fantastic. I have serious dry patches on my skin, and I can also use this product. I really like it. I haven't got a nasty word to say. The only thing I will warn you about is, just like the other Shantika product, this does include a fragrance. So again, it's not overly overpowering. I find it quite pleasant, but scent is very, very personal. So what I like, you may not like. And if you are sensitive to fragrance, this is another one to give a miss. So after two rather pricey products, let's move on to something that's slightly more affordable. And I'm actually quite shocked that I like this as much as I do, because this is from a brand that I have a bit of a love-hate relationship when it comes to skincare. So this is from Revolution, and it's their makeup remover oil. This is what they call their luxe oil, and it is seriously effective. So great at removing makeup, even waterproof mascara, great at removing SPF. It's very pleasant to use. I didn't think this actually had a fragrance to it. I couldn't smell the fragrance, but it does. This has got lavender oil and also linalool in here, so it does have a slight fragrance. If you are sensitive to essential oils, definitely dodge this one. But it's a mixture of olive oil. It's also got jojoba oil in here as well. It's got squalane. It's got evening primrose oil in here. So lots of really beautiful ingredients. This emulsifies very easily on the skin. So even if you have an oilier skin, you will be able to get away with using this. I really like it. I really like it. And it's super affordable. Yes. Is it luxurious? No. Yes. Is it luxurious? No. It works perfectly well and I really like it. Okay, so I've recently done a video of a full face of nothing new, and in that video I did mention my new haircut. Do you like it, by the way? It's a little short, but I really like it. In that video I said how I'd ruined my hair because I've really not been looking after my hair. I'm all about the skin. I'm all about the face. I tend to neglect my hair quite a lot. I do use Olaplex on the odd occasion. I love to have pamper days where I use my Olaplex, but I use it too infrequently and I really need to up my game with that. And I was told off quite heavily by my hairdresser when I turned up. So she recommended certain products to me, which obviously I immediately went out and bought, and I love every single one of them. So there are a few hair products to come. The first ones are from Olaplex. These are the Olaplex 4 and 5, the shampoo and the conditioner. I've used them 3 times now since I went to the hairdressers, and my hair has never felt so nice in all my life. Really, really beautiful. I know a lot of people have said that they could give or take the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, but I'm in love. I am absolutely in love. These are game changers for me. Absolute game changers. Okay, next hair product. This also is a bit of a game changer for me, and I think I will see more of the benefits as the months progress. So I never used a heat protecting serum on my hair. I know. I straighten my hair quite a bit, especially when I'm filming. I also dry my hair with a hairdryer. Obviously, I very rarely let it air dry anymore, otherwise I just look a little frizzy. And I never used one. I'm so sorry for any hairdressers out there. I apologise. I'm really sorry. So I have eventually bought one. Now, like I've said, this has taken me a little bit longer to get the hang of, because I think the first time I tried this, I applied too much of it. So I put too many sprays in and my hair looked a little greasy, even though I'd only just washed it and dried it. 4 to 5 spritz in the hair, run my fingers through my hair to distribute the product, and I'm pretty much ready to blow dry the hair and also style the hair using straighteners or a curling one, whatever I want to do. So let me tell you the name of the products. I feel like I've talked about this product for about 2 minutes now and you don't even know what I'm talking about. This is from L'Oreal Professional, and it's the Vitamino Color 10-in-1 Professional Milk, and believe me when I say this stuff is gold. So it does say 10-in-1. Let me tell you what they say this actually does. This is a resurfacing agent for sensitized color treated hair. It does heat protection up to 230 degrees or 450 degrees Fahrenheit. This helps with shine. It's got a lightweight touch. It helps with smoothness, also detangling. It's got blow dry facilitation. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds great. It helps with nourishment. It's got an anti-breakage formula in here. It's got an anti-split ends formula in here, as well as an anti-frizz formula. So all of those things in one. B now uses this as her leave-in conditioner and much prefers this to any of the others that I've tried that are more of a cream formula. So yeah, I just really like this. Moving on to the last hair product in this video, and this is super important to me and has become more important since I last went to the hairdressers, so I will explain. Obviously, I've had quite a lot chopped off my hair is quite short now, and although I can probably just about squeeze it up into a ponytail, it doesn't look great when it's up in a ponytail. So if I wake up first thing in the morning, I look in the mirror and think, oh my goodness, my hair looks greasy and I do not have time to wash it. I have no other alternative anymore than to either wash my hair or use a dry shampoo. Now, I used to use dry shampoos all the time. They helped with the texture of my hair. They helped with the volume in my hair, especially as my hair is quite a fine hair and doesn't really hold volume that much. However, the dry shampoos that I've used in the past dried out my hair and also left a bit of a powdery residue in the hair, which I really don't like a squeaky feel to the hair. Ugh. Anyway, Laura has recommended to me a different dry shampoo, which is just amazing. It's beautiful. It's phenomenal. Lush. Really lovely. It smells gorgeous as well. Very similar to the Vitamino colour, by the way. This one does also have a scent. This one smells like strawberries, whereas, do you know what? I don't even know what this smells like. It smells like a really expensive salon would smell. It's lovely. It's really, really nice. This is by Moroccan Oil and it is their dry shampoo for light tones. They also do another formula for anybody that's got darker hair than mine. So this leaves your hair feeling soft and silky, does not have that powdery residue, and yet it still helps with texture, it still helps with volume, doesn't dry out my hair in the slightest, and I'm not quite sure how. Moving on to something other than hair care, I've been trying out lots of different lip products this month and loved them. Absolutely loved them. This first one that I want to mention is from Chanel. It's pricey, but it's luxurious. It feels expensive on the lip. You get what you pay for with this lipstick. This is one of the Rouge Coco Bloom lipsticks. Really hydrating, really nourishing, just stunning on the lip. The shade that I've gone for is Dream. I actually looked for other shades in this, but this is the most perfect neutral shade. I have this, Risa from Risa Does Makeup has this, Stephanie from Stephanie Marie has this. We all have different skin undertones and yet this is the perfect shade on every single one of us. So it's definitely one that I would recommend. I'll show you the swatch of this, but as you can see, it's beautiful. The one thing that I will say about this also, and the main selling point for this, that usually you get a really hydrating lipstick and it doesn't last very long on the lips. I actually find that this one is quite long wearing. I would reapply this if I have something to eat, but other than that, I mean, it's really good. It's really long lasting, nourishing, hydrating, what's not to like. Okay, let's move on to something slightly more affordable. I recently picked up a couple of the Hydra lip tints from Illamasqua and they have not disappointed me. They are beautiful. These are for anybody that wants something a little more subtle, something with slightly less pigment to them, more of a balm if you want something really hydrating, really nourishing with that balmy sheen to the surface of the skin. These will definitely be for you. They are lovely. Really, really nice. The packaging is also really beautiful, although they are covered in fingerprints at the moment. And the interior, the actual product itself is really interesting to look at. So these are Picnic Plum and Mocktail. This one is Mocktail, this one is Picnic Plum. I'll show you swatches of them on my skin now. The one that I have on now is Mocktail. It's so pretty. It really is. The shade Picnic Plum is slightly more muted. It's slightly more cool toned. If you really want a cool tone one, Picnic Plum is beautiful. I find that Mocktail has slightly more pigmentation, so it's not as subtle as Picnic Plum, but I really like them both. Moving on to the last lip product that I've been trialing out this month, and it is a beauty. This is a liquid lip with more of a velvet matte finish, and it's stunning. And even though it's matte, I don't find it overly drying on the lip, and the shade is perfection for me and also for my mum. This is from Hourglass, and it's rather pricey to say the least for what you get, but it is beautiful. This is the Velvet Story liquid lip in the shade Pure. One of my mum's favourites. This looks stunning on her. If she wants something matte, absolutely gorgeous. Now, before I go on any further, because I do have another Hourglass product that I want to mention in this video, I was umming and ahhing whether I wanted to include Hourglass in this video at all, because although I have bought this and I love it, I do feel like Hourglass should be putting more time into expanding their current shade ranges in the products that they've already got, rather than releasing new products. And I just wanted to put that out there before we moved on to the next Hourglass product, which is this one. This is one of the Vanish Cream blushes, and it's divine. It's beautiful. It's got one of the most beautiful shades for cream blushes that I've ever tried on my face. It's a lovely neutral pinky shade. It's just gorgeous. Blends out really nicely, it applies really nicely. I don't apply this directly onto the cheek. I like to apply this onto the back of my hand and then dab in with a stippling brush and then apply it like that, or go onto my stippling brush directly onto the cream stick and then apply it like that. Very rarely do I apply this directly to my skin, although I have done that. If you're not really that keen on a cream blush with a very high shine, you may want to try this one out, because it doesn't have that sticky feel to the surface of the skin, but it does look nourishing and beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And finally, let's talk about another cream product that is out of this world. I have been waiting for this to be released in the UK for months, and finally it arrived, and once again, blown away. Absolutely blown away. This is from Nars, and it is their Sun-Kissed Bronzing Cream. The fairest shade that they do is Laguna, which when it arrived I thought, oh no, this is gonna be way too deep for my skin. If I apply this with a stippling brush, it's completely and utterly fine for my fair skin. I was quite surprised that they hadn't released anything that was fairer than this, but now I understand. You can really sheer this out so that it's appropriate for anybody with a medium skin tone or anybody with a fair skin tone. I love it. And the reason I love it so much is it gives you more of a matte finish on the surface. It's not going to give you that high shine finish, and yet it is nourishing and it is hydrating on the skin. It's perfect for summer. Absolutely perfect for summer. So that was a long one. That was a really long one. Thank you very much for sticking around. If you managed to get to this stage of the video, I salute you. Put a comment in the comment section letting me know you're all absolute superstars. You really are. I really hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you've tried any of these products before. Do you like them? Do you not? Please share your knowledge with the rest of the pack, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.